Okay, this is number 3 on the review. We want to find the vertex for this graph. This graph is considered in standard form. The first two graphs were in vertex form, which means they gave you the vertex directly. This type of graph in the ax squared plus bx plus c is considered standard form, and we get our vertex differently. There's a formula that you may have developed in your classes for the vertex x-coordinate to be x equals negative b, or the opposite of b, over 2 times a. We developed that in our class by doing the quadratic formula and getting 2 x-intercepts for the graph, and then taking the average of those two. And if you take the quadratic formula with the plus, the minus, the square root, and you do the average of the two numbers, you'll turn into this formula, or get this formula, negative b over 2a. So for my vertex, I'm going to say x equals 48, because that's the opposite of b, over 2 times a. And I would advise you to type in 8. If you're going to use your calculator, do that 2 times a part on your own. If you try to type in 48 divided by 2 times 4 in your calculator, depending on your calculator, you might need parentheses or not use parentheses, and that could be confusing. You can also try to do it in your head as much as possible. So opposite of b is 48. This is my b value, negative 48. This is my a value, the 4. So opposite of b over 2 times 4 is 8. 48 over 8 is 6. So the x-coordinate of my vertex is 6. To get the y-coordinate of the vertex, we need to take my equation and plug in the x. So 4 parentheses 6 squared minus 48 times 6 plus 7. So we get our calculator and we type it in exactly how that looks. 4 parentheses 6 parentheses squared minus 48 parentheses 6 close parentheses plus 7. We get negative 137. So my vertex is going to be at 6, negative 137. In my class, like I said, we started with the x-intercepts, but that's not a great strategy to use all the time because not every graph has x-intercepts. So you can watch other videos if you need to see this process repeated. That's it.